So the Putney debates are significant for Quakers as part of our history, but they're also significant because we recognise that there are parallels between what the Levellers and their friends were trying to achieve back in the 1640s and what we're trying to achieve now. So when the Occupy movement emerged 2 or 3 years ago, it really struck a chord for many Quakers in Britain and around the world. And we actually felt that we agreed with many of Occupy's analyses. We too recognise that our economic system is unjust and unsustainable. And we appreciated the way that Occupy was peacefully, non-violently looking for radical alternatives. So for us, we're very glad that Occupy is kicking off this series of events at Friends House. It's really good to see such a good lineup of speakers. I'm really looking forward to hearing what they have to say and to the debate that will happen afterwards. So for now from me, welcome again to Friends House. Enjoy the debate, and I'll hand over to Julie, who's facilitating this evening.
Is this working? Yes. Okay. So thank you so much, Suzanne, and much appreciation from Occupy for the Quakers' support, which has been unstinting. It's the second time we've done the Putney debates, and they were just as supportive last time as they are this time. I'm just going to run through a few health and safety issues. So if there's a fire alarm, then exit from these 3 exits over here. And we go to a back garden. I'm sure we'll be escorted there. If you need the toilets, they're through there. So I'm really pleased to be here. Just picking up on Suzanne's lovely introduction, we chose the new Putney debates because, as Suzanne has said, that was a real time of social change. It was also a time when it was said by a very eminent historian, that Christopher Hill, that England was a nation of prophets. And there was obviously a lot of conflict and a lot of bloodshed, and we won't want to revisit that, but it was also a time when people massively engaged in conversations and discussions about the future of England, or the kind of nation they wanted to be in. And we think that the social change, the magnitude of the social change that we face now means that we will all need to be engaged and as knowledgeable as that time. So the Putney debates have been introduced to enable that, so that everybody can have more of an understanding and a forum to debate and come to grips and collectively find solutions to the crisis that we face. So I'm really delighted to be here, and I've introduced our eminent speakers. We've got Owen Jones, who needs little introduction, I think. Very, very well known now, and has recently published a book, The Establishment and How They Get Away with It. We've got Carlo Nero, who will be showing a film, The Killing Fields. He's an activist and filmmaker, and who depicts the trauma and the loss of land. We've got Fred Harrison, who will be talking about the kind of different social narratives we need for change. I've got, over on my right hand, we've got Victoria Chick, who is an Emeritus Professor, a veteran economics of Keynesian, and she will be, she has a long-standing analysis of the crisis of the banks, and she'll be talking about the extent of the issues that we still face and the kind of solutions that are needed. And Izabella Kaminska, who is author of FT journalist, Alphaville, who looks at her series on the dark inventory is absolutely fascinating. I was just reading earlier some of her analysis of Bitcoin, which is very, very disturbing. And then we have Peter Smith, who is a long-standing conservationist, chief of the Wildlife Trust, contributes to many nature programs, does delighted to have him. And last but not least, we've got John Sinner from Occupy Democracy. We wanted to bring in his voice because obviously we've had this a big and very successful occupation which has recently come to an end with really good speakers down there and lots of people coming together and debating and discussing the kind of solutions that we need. So John's going to reflect the kind of the voice of the people on the ground and the debates that have had there. So to kick off, we've got first up Owen Jones.
Well, it's great to... It's all right, don't worry.